The following Original Six matchup is presented and played with Hockey Blast Express, a product of Play Games LLC, copyright 2023, all rights reserved. And welcome everybody to yet another Timeframe matchup in this 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens Gauntlet Challenge project. Today's opponent is none other than the 2016-17 Boston Bruins. This is yet another Original Six rivalry series between these two bitter rival teams. Not just too far from each other, with Boston in Massachusetts and Montreal in Canada. Well, other than that, I'm really coming off of a great time frame matchup between the 2016-17 Dallas, between the 2020-21, I should say, Dallas Stars and the Habs, where the Habs went the distance to go 7 games with the Stars, as the Habs won last time frame by a final of winning 5-2. If you have not done so already, I encourage you to check out that time frame as well as other content that I may post here on my channel. With that being said, hope you are doing great today. Sit back and relax and enjoy this next time frame matchup, because who knows if this time frame is going to take us to Game 7. Without further delay, your starting netminders for Game 1 is going to be Ken Dryden for the Habs and Tuukka Rask for the Bruins. Without further delay, a new set of 60 minutes has been set on the clock. Let's get ready to Game 1. Without further delay, will the clock operator please start the clock? And we're going to begin with a visitor scoring chance of a 23. It reads, home goalie must make spec save. Oh boy, Tuukka Rask needs to make a 2 or a 3 with a dot to make the stop. He can't, and the Montreal Canadiens get on the board early. It's 1-0. Let's see who scored the goal. We got ourselves an 8. That is player with the best shot rating. The best out there is between Jarvis and Gainey. I think we're going to go with Gainey, because if you're Boston, you really want to get a guy with all the qualities off the ice to give you a better chance. So the goal will be scored by Gainey, and 2 assists will be handed out on the play. Savard, and how about Roberts? So Gainey from Savard and Roberts will be your assist, your goal scoring stat line, I should say, presented by your favorite Bitty Beer products. If you choose to drink Bitty Beer, please remember to drink responsibly. As always, it has big taste at a bitty price. It's Bitty Beer. And we stay put within this first 5-minute segment of Game 1 with another visitor scoring chance. This time it'll be a 45. Any visitor player with a power play circle star symbol creates a power play goal. Yes, Steve Shutt has that symbol out there, so he's going to create a power play goal opportunity as he weaves on into Tuukka Rask to hopefully make a 1, 2, 3, or 4 on the play save, which he will do so, and that will be it for that segment, and we will move on to the next one. We got ourselves a quality check. This time it'll be between Dominic Moore and anybody on the ice for the Habs. The quality we're looking for is star. Dominic Moore's not going to win this one. The only guy out there with star is Doug Jarvis. So Jarvis is going to weave in onto Tuukka Rask as he wins the battle with Dominic Moore for star. A 1, 2, 3, or 4 for Tuukka will give him the play save. It won't. The Habs take a 2-0 lead courtesy of Doug Jarvis, and 2 assists will be handed out on the play. Tremblay And how about it, Nairop? So Jarvis from Tremblay and Nairop will be your stat line for the 2-0 tally by the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens. Penalty check between anybody on the ice for the Bruins against player 4, that is Larry Robinson. We could have Boston go on the power play or Montreal go on the power play. So here's what we're going to do. 1 or 2, Montreal goes on the power play. 3, 4 is a tie. 5 and 6, Boston will go on the power play. So we will tie. So between Krejci and Krug, Dot, it will be Krejci. And it will be Torrey Krug to tie with Larry Robinson, as both guys have the same penalty rating of 0.5. And we will move on to the next segment here in this one. We got ourselves a quality check between players 3 and 1. That's Krejci and Wilson. The quality we're looking for is hit. Neither Krejci or Wilson have hit. So we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Quality check again. This time it'll be between both players in 2. That's Lafleur and Riley Nash. The quality we're looking for is speed. Both Lafleur and Nash have speed, and that will be it for this first period here at TD Garden in Boston. With that being said, after 20 minutes, the first 20 minutes of play in the books, the Habs lead it by a score of 2-0. Penalty check between both players in 5. That's Zdeno Chara and Rick Chartraw. Oh, it looks like Chartraw is going to go to the box, as Chara is going to move in on Ken Dryden to hopefully net a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop. He will do so to keep this game right where it's at, as Chara goes by the wayside to unable to get the Bruins on the board. We move on to the next segment. We got a quality check. This time it'll be between both players in 3. That's Patrice Bergeron and Doug Riseborough. The quality we're looking for is skill. It looks like Bergeron's going to win that one, as he does have skill. So he's going to be moving in on Ken Dryden to hopefully net a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop. A 4 will do so, as Patrice Bergeron is stopped dead in his tracks. And we will move on to the next segment. Quality check again. This time it'll be between both players in 4. That's Nairop and Carlo. The quality we're looking for is hit. Oh, Bill Nairop's going to win this one, as he does have hits. So Tuukka Rask needs to wake up here, as he needs to score a 1, 2, 3, or 4 on the play save to make it, which he will do so. And that will be it for that segment. And we'll move on to the next one. Quality check between anybody on the ice for the Bruins, and player number 5, that's Serge Savard. The quality we're looking for is star. The only 2 guys out there with star to tie are Marchand and Pasternak. They both have the power play circle symbol star. Circle star symbol, I should say. Who do you give up at this point? Let's have the decide or die decide. Dot. It will be Marchand. And it will be Brad Marchand. So Marchand and Serge Savard will tie, as both guys have the quality of star. And that is it for the second period. So after 40 minutes of play here in the books, the Habs lead it 2-0. We got ourselves a quality check to begin the third period. It'll be between players 5 and 4. That's McQuaid and Chartraw. It'll be McQuaid and Robinson. The quality we're looking for is smart. Both McQuaid and Robinson have smart, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Another quality check. This time it'll be between players 3 and 6. The quality we're looking for is speed. It'll be anybody on the ice for the Habs. Player number 3 is Austin Zarnik. Pick your poison between Lemaire, Gainey, and Nyrop. X-rate, you want the guy with the most, all the qualities off the ice. So Zarnik is going to go after Gainey, as both Austin Zarnik and Bob Gainey will tie in the quality of speed. And that is it for this segment. And we will move on to the next one. Visitor scoring chance of a 14. Home goalie must make play save. 1, 2, 3, or 4 will do so. He will do so for Rask. Nobody flips, and we will move on to the next segment. Another visitor scoring chance. This time it'll be a 25. Home goalie must make spec save. Tuukka Rask needs to make a 2 or a 3 with a dot to make the spec save. He won't. The game goes to a 3-0 lead for the Habs. He made one save, but not the next. Who scored the goal? 8. Player with the best shot rating. That is going to go to Steve Shutt, scoring the goal. And 2 assists will be handed out on the play. Lemaire and how about Nyrop? So Shutt from Lemaire and Nyrop will assist Steve Shutt on the 3-0 tally for the Bruins. Or excuse me, for the Habs, I should say. I'm sorry. As we get set to move on to the next portion here in this segment with a quality check. It'll be between anybody on the ice for the Bruins and player number 2. That's Jimmy Roberts. The quality we're looking for is power. To end it, Zdeno Chara has to tie. As he is the only guy out there with power. So both Chara and Roberts have power, and that is it. Stop the clock. Oh man, oh man, oh man. No matter how you want it, no matter how fast you run, no matter where you hide, the Montreal Canadiens will catch you. With that being said, thank you so much for tuning into Game 1 of this time frame matchup between the 76-77 Habs and the 2016-17 Boston Bruins. With Game 1 of this time frame matchup. If you like what you saw, a like is very much appreciated. A comment is optional. Please, no derogatory language. Please stay on topic. And if you are tuning into this game or also, if you have not done so, before I say it, if you have not done so already, you can subscribe to the channel, which will help me out in my YouTube journey, as well as turning on that notifications bell so that way you won't miss out on a single video that I may post here on my channel. With that being said, thank you. If you were tuning in or I should say, if you were tuning into this game on the single time frame playlist, or excuse me, single game playlist for this project, Game 2 will be coming out very shortly, right out in about like a few minutes from now for the for Game 2. But if you are tuning in to this game on the full time frame playlist, do not go anywhere, because right after the game summary presented by presented by your favorite Biddy Beer products, Game 2 will be up right after we take a look at the game summary. Thank you so much for tuning in. And once again, the final score here for Game 1. The Habs take it via a shutout from Ken Dryden by a final of 3-0 to take a 1-0, a 1-0 lead in this time frame matchup. Welcome back to the channel, everybody, as we get set for game two of this time frame matchup between the 2016-17 Boston Bruins and the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens. As you guys can tell by this time frame score, the Habs take a 1-0 lead as they won last time out, winning it by a final of 3-0 behind Ken Dryden, who's going to be in net for the Habs once again. But opposing him at the other end of the ice will be Anton Hudobin, who is looking for his affirmative rematch with the Habs, as he was a part of the 2016-17 Boston Bruins, as we are going to give Tuukka Rask a little bit of a break. With that being said, let's get right into game two. Will the clock operator please start the clock? And we're going to begin with a quality check between both players in five. That's McQuaid and Chartraw. The quality we're looking for is smart. It looks like Adam McQuaid is going to win this one, as he does have smart. So he's going to be moving in on Ken Dryden to hopefully net a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop. A 4 will do so, and that is going to be it for that segment, and we will move on to the next one. Quality check between both players in two. That's Pasternak and Tremblay. The quality we're looking for is smart. It looks like neither player has smart, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Visitor scoring chance of a 52. Home player in two, that's Guy Lafleur. He stops a Boston goal opportunity with a quality roll of star or a square. Although he does not have a square, he does have star well enough to stop the Boston goal attempt to keep this game right where it's at of a scoreless tie. Home scoring chance of a 46. Visitor defense player in one, that's Ryan Spooner. He stops a goal with a quality roll of skill or a square. Although Spooner does not have a square, he does have skill, and monkey see, monkey do action between these two to end the first period, with the score at zeros all around. Oh my goodness! Just the same way we started the first period, we're starting the second with a quality check. It'll be between both players in five, Savard and Zdeno Chara. The quality we're looking for is star. Both Savard and Chara have star, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Quality check again. This time it'll be anybody on the ice for the Habs against player number 4. That's Torrey Krug for the Bruins. The quality we're looking for is skill. Pick your poison between anybody but Chartraw. I do want to keep that circle out there and that square and that triangle out there. So it's between. So it has to go down between Wilson. So Wilson is going to take the odd man out here, as both Krug and Wilson have skill. And we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Quality check. This time it'll be between players 4 and 3. That's Larry Robinson against David Krejci. The quality we're looking for is skill. Both Robinson and Krejci have skill, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Yep. Quality check between both, not both players in five, sorry. Between players 5 and 4, that's Chartraw and Carlo. The quality we're looking for is power. Both have power, and we will move on to the next segment, which will be the start of the third period. And after 40 minutes of play in the books, neither team has yet to break the ice, but who will do so in the final period? Quality check between players 5 and 1, almost a three-peat at the start of every period with a 2-5-5. That was almost. It'll be between Savard and Dominic Moore for power. It looks like Savard has power, so he's going to be moving in on Anton Hudobin, who needs to net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the play save. And he will do so to keep this game all knotted up at 1 apiece. At 0 apiece, excuse me. I'm losing track of the score here. We are still scoreless. Home scoring chance of a 14. Visitor goalie must make play save. So Anton Hudobin, you're being asked to do it again. A 1, 2, or 3 will do so. A 4 won't do it, and the Habs will break the ice. Oh, that's Boston. Sorry. Ah. It's actually Montreal scoring the goal. Yeah, Montreal scores the goal. I'm sorry, I forgot to swap the um, uh, score counters for the game beforehand. There we go. So it's 1-0 Montreal, and it will be. Oh yeah, let's see who scored the goal. I forgot it was goalie needs to make. Hudobin had to make a play save, which he didn't. 11, second best shot rating. So the best out there on the ice is a tie between um, Jarvis and Gainey. The second best is going to go to either Roberts, Nyrop, or Chartraw, a three-way tie. How about one school? Let's have the red die decide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Player number 3, that's Bill Nyrop. Bill Nyrop will score the goal, and 2 assists will be handed out on the play. Jarvis and Gainey will assist. Bill Nyrop on the ice-breaking goal for the Habs here in the 10th minute of the third period. We stay put here in this segment with a quality check between both players in one. That is Marchand and Shutt. The quality we're looking for is hit. Neither Shutt or Marchand have hit, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Visitor scoring chance of a 64. It will be visitor defense stop breakaway chance. Home goalie must make play saves. So a 4 or 5 of the dot will do so. And it will, so nobody flips, and we will move on to the next segment. We got ourselves a quality check between players 2 and 3. That is Roberts and Patrice Bergeron. The quality we're looking for is smart. It looks like Roberts and Bergeron both have smart, and we are going to go to the empty net mini chart here in this one. Six. The game is over. Stop the clock. Oh man, oh man. So in a tight 1-0 game, in a tight 1-0 shutout win for Ken Dryden. He posts back-to-back shutouts against the Boston Bruins, putting the Habs in front in this time frame, 2-0 over the 2016-17 Boston Bruins. With that in mind, with that in mind, I thank you so much. With that, I should say, with that in mind, please stay tuned for the Biddy Beer game summary presented by your favorite Biddy Beer products coming up shortly, right after our game concludes. So with that being said, if you're tuning into this game on the full time frame playlist, don't go anywhere because game 3 will be coming up right after we see game 2's game summary presented by your favorite Biddy Beer products. But if you were watching this on the single game playlist, game 3 will be out very shortly, right after game 2's video will premiere. With that being said, thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, the final score, the Habs behind Ken Dryden will post a shutout against the 16-17 Boston Bruins and post a final of 1-0. Welcome back to the channel, everybody, as we get set for Game 3 of this time frame matchup between the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens and the 2016-17 Boston Bruins. Uh, as you guys can tell, Montreal is ahead in front by winning 2-0. The last 2 games they won via a shutout, 3-0 in Game 1 and 1-0 in Game 2. With that being said, who knows if Boston is going to try to at least get back into this time frame to win Game 3 right here and right now, because they need to win this one. Otherwise, the Montreal Canadiens are probably going to be well on their way to winning their ninth. I believe they're seven. No, if my math is correct, yes, their 19th time frame of this project. So with that being said, let's get ready to Game 3. Your goaltenders for Game 3 are going to be Michel Larocque for the Habs and Tuukka Rask for Boston. So with that being said, let's get ready to Game 3 with 42 minutes and 29 seconds left on the clock. Will the clock operator please start the clock? And we're going to begin with the quality check between anybody on the ice for the Bruins against player number 4 for the Habs. That is Larry Robinson in question for player 4. The quality we're looking for is star. The only player out there with star to tie is David Backes. So both Backes and Robinson both have star, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Quality check between between players 5 and 1. That's McQuaid and Wilson. The quality we're looking for is speed. Wilson has speed, so he's moving in on Tuukka Rask to hopefully net a 1, 2, 3, or 4 to make the stop. He won't, and the Habs will take the whoops. Yep, it is 1-0 Montreal. I forgot to swap again the counters here. There we go. So the actual score here is 1-0 in favor of Montreal, courtesy of Maury Wilson. 2 assists will be handed out on the play. Reesborough and how about Tremblay? So Wilson from Doug Reesborough and Mario Tremblay will be your ice-breaking stat line presented by your favorite Bitty Beer products. Oh, and it's a triple too. So this is going to be a critical face-off. So it's going to be between Lemaire and Austin Czarnik. So it looks like Jacques Lemaire is going to win this critical face-off as he moves in on Tuukka Rask to hopefully net a 2 or a 3 with a dot to make the stop. The 3 with a blank won't do it, as Lemaire will score the second goal of the game, and 2 assists will be handed out on the play. Let's see, Lafleur and Nairop. So we will go with those 2 to assist Jacques Lemaire. The Jacques Lemaire 2-0 tally for the Habs. And already the Boston coach is really thinking about making a goaltending change here, but we'll see what happens. 2 down and 4 more to go. We got ourselves another quality check. This time it'll be between players 4 and 5. That's Krug and Chartraw. The quality we're looking for is power. Rick Chartraw has that one locked up, as he will skate in on Tuukka Rask to hopefully net a 1, 2, 3, or 4 to stop the Rick Chartraw attempt. And he will do so, and that is going to be it for this segment, and we will move on, but not before the Habs take a 2-0 lead as we head to the next segment of the first period. Visitor scoring chance of a 34. Visitor player in 1, that's Bob Gainey. He creates a goal with a quality roll of power or a triangle. Although he does not have a triangle, he does have power well enough to skate on into Tuukka Rask to hopefully net a 1, 2, 3, or 4 on the play save. He won't do so, and probably that's going to be it, as the head coach of the Bruins have seen enough. as Gainey scores the goal. And 2 assists will be handed out on the play. Robinson and Jarvis will assist Bob Gainey on the will assist Mr. Bob Gainey on the goal scoring attempt to make it 3-0. And the head coach of the Boston Bruins has seen enough of Tuukka Rask. He's going to go to Anton Hudobin as he's going to make a goaltending change. One down and 5 to go in this segment. Quality check between both players in 3. That's Riesborough and David Krejci. The quality we're looking for is smart. David Krejci is going to win this one as he does have smart, so he's going to be moving in on Michel Larocque to hopefully net a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop. And he will do so, and that will be it for this segment, and we will move on to the next one. Quality check between players 1 and anybody on the ice for the Habs with power. Spooner is not going to win this one, so pick your poison between Shutt, Roberts, Nairop, and Savard because Lemaire does not have power printed on his card. I do want to keep that power play circle star out there. And which square is going to go? Let's have the decider, not the decider die. Sorry, the red die decide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. That is Serge Savard, as he will have the opportunity to win the quality check for his team with power over Ryan Spooner. And he will move in on Anton Hudobin, who needs to make a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop. He will do so to keep this game right within reach. To keep his team, the Bruins in this game, but not before damage was done. As we have played the first 20 minutes of hockey here at the TD Garden in Boston, with your score: Montreal 3, Boston 0. We got triple threes to start the second period. It's going to be another critical face-off. Oh, this time Patrice Bergeron is going to win the critical face-off as he has a 60 over Jacques Lemaire's 55. Patrice Bergeron is going to win the critical face-off for his team as he moves in on Michel Larocque to hopefully net a 1, 2, or 3 on the spec save. He won't. The shutout streak is over, courtesy of Patrice Bergeron, as the Boston Bruins score their first goal of this time frame. 2 assists will be handed out on the play. Moore and between. How about McQuaid? We'll say Bergeron from Moore and McQuaid are going to be your Bitty Beer goal scoring stat line for the Boston Bruins. One down, 5 to go in this segment. Quality check between players 4 and 5. That is going to be Carlo and Chartraw. The quality we're looking for is power. It looks like both Carlo and Rick Chartraw have power, and that is going to be it for that segment. And we will move on to the next one. We got ourselves a quality check between, again, both players, between players 4 and 5. Krug and Savard are going to take this one. The quality we're looking for is star. Serge Savard's going to have this one as he does have star. So he's going to be moving in on Anton Hudobin, who needs to make a 1, 2, or 3 on the play save. He does so to keep this game right within reach for the Boston Bruins. It was Krug. We move on to the next segment. Home scoring chance of a 41. It reads home player in 5. That's Big Z, Zdeno Chara. He creates a Boston goal opportunity with a quality roll of star or a triangle. Although he does not have a triangle, he does have star well enough to skate on into Michel Larocque to hopefully net a 4, or 5 with a dot to make the stop, which he will do so. And that is going to be it for that segment. And we will move on to the next one. We got ourselves a penalty check. This time it'll be between players 5 and 1. That's McQuaid and Shutt. It looks like Adam McQuaid's going to go to the box as Steve Shutt will skate on into Anton Hudobin, who needs to net a 1, 2, or 3 on the play save. He won't, and it's 4-1, courtesy of the power play goal by Steve Shutt. 2 assists will be handed out on the play. It looks like, how about Jarvis and Roberts? So McQuaid was used for the penalty check, so he flipped. So Shutt will score the goal from Jarvis with the first assist, and Roberts getting the secondary assist. And it's a 3-goal difference now as we move on. 2 down. Or excuse me, we move on to the next portion of this segment. Another penalty check. This time it'll be between players 2 and 3. This time it's Nash and Riesborough. It looks like Doug Riesborough is going to go to the box as Riley Nash will move in on Michel Larocque to hopefully net a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop. A 5 with a dot will do so, and that's going to be it for the second period, but not before the Habs make it a 3-goal difference to make it 4-1 over the 2016-17 Boston Bruins heading in to the final period of Game 3. Quality check. Okay, so whenever double sixes come up, if you were just tuning in for the first time, what I do is I look at the home side first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will be an automatic reroll. 5, that's Big Z, Zdeno Chara. And I look at the away side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Chara and Tremblay will be partakers of this quality check, as the quality we're looking for is skill. Mario Tremblay is going to win this one as he does have skill, so he's going to be moving in on Anton Hudobin, who needs to make a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop. And he does so to keep this game right within reach for the Boston Bruins, even though they're down by 3 goals. Quality check between players 4 and 2. That's Carlo and Lafleur. The quality we're looking for is power. It looks like Brandon Carlo is going to win this one as he does have power. So he's going to be moving in on Michel Larocque to hopefully net a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop. A 4 will do so, and that is going to be it for that segment, and we will move on to the next one. Visitor scoring chance of a 35. It reads, visitor player in 2, that's Jimmy Roberts. He creates a goal for his opportunity for his team with a quality roll of skill or a triangle. Although he does not have a triangle, he does have skill printed on his card. So therefore, he's going to be moving in on Anton Hudobin, who needs to make a 1, 2, or 3 on the play save to make the stop. It won't do so, and it's a 4-goal difference now. The Habs take it 5-1. Courtesy of Jimmy Roberts. And 2 assists will be handed out on the play. Lemaire and Naira will assist Jimmy Roberts on the goal. And we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Or excuse me, next portion of the segment, I should say. Penalty check between players 3 and anybody on the ice for the Habs. It looks like Zarnik is going to be probably the winner here. They could either tie or the Habs are going to go on the power play. We tie. And we will tie. So we're going to go right across from him with Doug Jarvis, as he has a penalty rating of 0 to match Austin Zarnik's penalty rating of 0. And that will do it for this segment, and we will move on to the next one. Home scoring chance of a 64. Visitor defense stop breakaway chance. Home goalie must make. Oh, excuse me. That's visitor. Sorry. Home 64. Home defense stop breakaway chance. Visitor goalie must make spec save. So Michel Larocque needs to net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the spec save to end it. He won't, and the Bruins get another goal on the board. Let's see who scored it. 7, player with the best shot rating. It's a tie between Pastrnak and Brad Marchand. It's Pastrnak. And it'll be Brad Marchand. So Brad Marchand will score the goal, and 1 assist will come out on the play between Krug and Pastrnak. I do want to keep at least that square and that power play circle star symbol out there. Let's have the decider dice decide. It's Krug. And it will be Pastrnak. So Marchand from Pastrnak, and the game is back within 3 goals. Or excuse me, within 3 goals. And we continue on in this portion of the segment. We got ourselves a quality check. It'll be between players 4 and 5, Krug and Chartrand. The quality we're looking for is smart. Torrey Krug has smart. Oh my goodness, hang on to your hats, folks. Torrey Krug needs to roll a 5 or a blank or a 6 on the plate. Or excuse me, Michel Larocque needs to make a 4 or 5 with a dot. A 5 and a blank or a 6 will bring the game within 2. It won't do so. Stop the clock as Michel Larocque will make the stop against Torrey Krug. Man, oh man, the Bruins came all so close to getting back into things as they scored 1 goal here in this third period here, courtesy of Brad Marchand. But it won't be enough as the Habs will take a 3-0 time frame advantage as they look to Game 4 to win the time frame. To win the time frame right away. With that being said, thank you so much for tuning in to Game 3, to the action here for Game 3 of this time frame matchup between the 76-77 Habs and the 2016-17 Bruins. If you are tuning into this game on the single game playlist, stay tuned later today for Game 4 to pop up on my channel very soon. But if you're watching this on the full time frame playlist, don't go anywhere because Game 4 will be coming up very shortly, right after we take a look at the Biddy Bear game summary for Game 3. As always, in this project, every time frame summary and game summary is presented by your favorite Biddy Bear products. If you choose to drink Biddy Beer, please remember to drink responsibly. As always, it has big taste at a Biddy price. It's Biddy Beer. Thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, the final score here for Game 3. The Bruins managed to score their first 2 goals of this time frame, but it's not enough to prevent another shutout, as the Habs will take it by a final score of 5-2. Welcome back to the channel, everybody, as we get set for Game 4 of this time frame matchup between the 76-77 Habs and the 2016-17 Boston Bruins. As you guys can tell by the time frame score, the Habs currently lead it, winning the first 3 games to Boston, only winning none of those first 3 games. 2 of those 3 were shutouts from Ken Dryden, as Ken will be back in net for the Habs, and the coach has decided to go with Tuukka Rask for this game to give him an opportunity here to prove himself. If not, the rest of this time frame may go in the way of Anton Khudobin with how many number of minutes are left on the clock. With that being said, your netminders have been named. Let's get ready to Game 4, shall we? With the clock operator, please start the clock. And we're going to begin with a quality check between both players in 5. It'll be the quality for smart between Savard and McQuaid. Both guys have smart, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Another quality check. This time it'll be between players 4 and anybody on the ice for the Bruins. We're looking for the quality of smart. Pick your poison between Spooner, Backus, Krejci, and Chara, because actually Chara just came up, so I'm going to leave him alone. So it's between Spooner, Backus, and Krejci. Let's have the red die decide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Player number 6, that is David Krejci. So he will tie Larry Robinson with the quality for smart, and that will be it for that segment, and we will move on to the next one. Home scoring chance of a 65. Choice home player scores a goal. So whenever any choice comes up, I'm going to have the red die decide for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is a reroll. 2, that's Mario Tremblay. So Mario Tremblay will score the game's first goal with the Habs in front 1-0. And 2 assists will come out on the play. Reesborough and Wilson. So Tremblay from Reesborough and Wilson will be your ice-breaking goal-scoring stat line presented by your favorite Bitty Beer products. Penalty check between anybody on the ice for the Habs against Patrice Bergeron. It looks like we're going to end up in a tie unless you know what? At this rate, let's have the decider die decide. We tie. And it looks like Boston's going to go on the power play. So Rick Chartraw is going to go to the box as Patrice Bergeron will move in on Ken Dryden to hopefully net a 4 or 5 with the dot to make the stop. A 4 will do so to keep this game right where it's at of 1-0 in favor of the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens. Quality check between players 2 and anybody on the ice for the Boston Bruins. The player for the Habs will be Guy Lafleur. The quality we're looking for is skill. It looks like Spooner, Zarnik, Carlo are the only 3 out there with skill. You know what? I think we're going to go with Spooner. So both Lafleur and Spooner have the quality of skill, and we will move on to the next segment here to begin the second period. And after 20 minutes of play after 20 minutes of play in the books, the Habs currently lead it 1-0. Quality check between players 5 and 3, Savard and Austin Zarnik. The quality we're looking for is smart. Savard is going to win this one as he does have smart, so he's going to be moving in on Tuukka Rask to hopefully net a 1, 2, 3, or 4 to make the stop. And he will do so. Serge Savard is denied of a 2-0 goal for his team. Yep, Zarnik. And we will move on to the next segment. Penalty check between players 5 and 1, Chartraw and Moore. Rick Chartraw is going to go to the box as Dominic Moore is going to move in on Ken Dryden to hopefully net a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop. He can't. The game is tied up courtesy of Dominic Moore, and it is a power play goal. 2 assists will be handed out on the play. David Krejci and between Backus and Chara. I do want to keep that face-off rating out there just in case. So we will go with Big Z, Zdeno Chara. So Dominic Moore will score the power play goal from David Krejci getting the first assist and Zdeno Chara getting the secondary assist. Or excuse me, we'll have Chara get the first assist and Krejci getting the secondary assist. Visitor scoring chance of a 21. Home goalie must make shot save. So Ken Dryden needs to net a 2 or a 3 with a dot to make the stop. He won't, and the Boston Bruins will take a 2-1 lead here in this time frame in game 4 of this time frame matchup. Let's see who scored it. 5, choice player. Okay, so we're gonna roll the red die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will be a reroll. 3, that's Patrice Bergeron. So Bergeron will score the goal, and 2 assists will be handed out on the play. Marchand and Backus will be your assist takers on the 2-1 tally for the Boston Bruins as they have their first lead of this time frame matchup. And we will move on to the next portion in this segment. Penalty check between anybody on the ice for the Habs against player number 4. That's Brandon Carlo. Rick Chartrand needs to flip. It looks like we're going to end up in a tie here. So we will go right across from them with Bill Nyrop, as both guys have the same penalty rating of 0.5. And we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Another penalty check. This time it'll be between Lemaire and anybody on the ice for the Bruins. It looks like at this stage we could either have the Bruins go on the power play. We either tie or the Bruins or the Habs will go on the power play. We'll have 1-2 be the Bruins, 3-4 be a tie, and 5 and 6, the Habs will go on the power play. We are going to roll the red die to determine what we're going to do. And we will tie. So Jacques Lemaire will tie with Torrey Krug, who has the only rating to match, who has the only same penalty rating of 0.5 to match. And we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Home scoring chance of a 56. Any visitor player with a square stops a Montreal goal. Yes, Nash, Carlo, or McQuaid. We're going to have the red die decide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Riley Nash will stop the Montreal goal to keep the game within reach for them, as after 20 minutes of play, after 40 minutes of play, I should say, the Bruins come from behind to take a 2-1 lead over the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens. Home scoring chance of a 54 to begin the third period. Visitor defense player in 5, that's Adam McQuaid. He stops a Montreal goal opportunity with a quality roll of speed or a square. Although McQuaid does not have speed, he does have a square well enough to stop the Montreal goal attempt to keep it right here at 2-1 as we head to the next segment. Quality check between both players in 3. That's Doug Jarvis and Austin Czarnik. The quality we're looking for is star. It looks like Doug Jarvis has that one, as he does have star, as he will move in on Tuukka Rask to hopefully net a 1, 2, 3, or 4 to make the stop. He won't. The game is tied up at 2, courtesy of Doug Jarvis. 2 assists will be handed out on the play. Larry Robinson and how about it? Serge Savard will assist Doug Jarvis on the game-tying goal. And just like that, no lead is safe. And we will move on to the next portion here in this segment. Quality check between players 1 and 2. That is Gainey and Pasternak. The quality we're looking for is smart. Oh, Bob Gainey's going to win this one, as he does have smart. So he's going to be moving in on Tuukka Rask to hopefully net a 1, 2, 3, or 4 on the play save. And he will do so, keeping the game all tied up right here for his team to have a chance to come back and win this one. Quality check between players 5 and 1. That's Chartraw and Spooner. The quality we're looking for is power. Rick Chartraw is going to win this one as he does have power, so he's going to skate on into Tuukka Rask to hopefully he will net a 1, 2, 3, or 4 to make the play save. And he will do so to keep this game right where it's at of a 2-2 tie. And we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Oh, and triple sixes, and folks, we are going to go to overtime because that is going to be an injury to a visiting player. Same procedure as a home player. We are going to roll the red die. A 6 will be the goalie. Oh, and that's David Backes. Excuse me. David Backes gets injured, so he's going to be out of the game. And folks, we are heading to sudden death overtime. So as you would see in normal playoff hockey, as you've seen over the years, we will play out the same 4 5-minute segments. And the first team to score a goal wins. Simple as that. So let's get right into it with, oh my goodness, a penalty check between players 4 and anybody on the ice for the Habs. It looks like, another roll of the red die is going to be needed here. So 1, 2, we'll have Bruins go on the power play. A 3, 4 will tie. And a 5 and 6, the Habs, will go on the power play. The Bruins are going to go on the power play. So it looks like Bill Nyrop, who the player in question, is going to go to the box. So it looks like Riley Nash will take the power play attempt as he moves in on Ken Dryden to hopefully net a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop, which he will do so to keep this game right where it's at, up 2 apiece as we head to the next segment of the first overtime period. Oh my goodness, another penalty check. This time it'll be between anybody on the ice for the Habs, and player number 4, that's Brandon Carlo. It looks like at this rate we will tie, or the Habs will go on the power play. At this rate, we tie. And we will tie. So we will tie up with the guy right across from him, with Larry Robinson, and we will move on to the next segment as both guys have the same penalty rating of 0.5. Home scoring chance of a 34. It reads, home player in 2, that's Jimmy Roberts. He creates a goal with a quality roll of star or a triangle. Unfortunately for Mr. Roberts, he does not have a star, neither does he have a triangle, so therefore it will be a no action result, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Visitor scoring chance of a 46. Any visitor player with a power play circle star symbol creates a power play goal. Yes, David Pastrnak has that power play circle star symbol, so he's going to be moving in on Ken Dryden to hopefully net the game winner, but Ken needs to make a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop, which he will do so. And that is going to be it for the first overtime period. And after a total of 80 minutes have been played in the books, we are going to go to the second overtime period, all knotted up at 2 apiece. Quality check between players 3 and 2. That's Reesborough and Nash. The quality we're looking for is hit. Doug Reesborough is going to win this one as he does have hit. So he's going to be moving in on Tuukka Rask to hopefully net a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop. He won't stop the clock. The Montreal Canadiens will win the ball game, coming back from a 2-1 deficit to score 1 in the third and 1 in the second overtime period to win this one by a final of 3-2. And folks, I hate to say it, the Habs are going to increase their time frame win-loss tie record to 19-4-3 through 26 time frame matchups, as the Habs will go up 4-0. And as you can tell, Boston is not finding their rhythm here. So therefore, Doug Reesborough will score the goal. Two assists will be handed out on the play. Shot. And how about between Tremblay and Savard? It'll be Tremblay. So Tremblay will get the secondary assist. Steve Shutt will get the primary assist. And folks, that is going to be it for game 4 of this time frame matchup, with the Habs coming from behind to win game 4 by a final of 3-2. If you enjoyed what you saw, a like is very much appreciated. A comment is optional. Please no derogatory language, and please stay on topic. If you are watching this on the full time frame playlist, do not go anywhere, because Game 5 will be coming up very shortly after we take a look at the game summary for Game 4, presented by your favorite Bitty Beer products. If you choose to drink Bitty Beer, please remember to drink responsibly. As always, it has big taste. At a bitty price, it's Bitty Beer. And if you're tuning in onto the single time frame, single game time playlist for this project, stay tuned for Game 5 to be coming up very shortly here on my channel. So do not go anywhere. You can grab a snack if you want, but make sure you come back to see what how Game 5 of this time frame matchup will go down. And again, thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, the final score here for Game 4. The Habs come from behind from a 2-1 deficit to tie it up in the third with 1 goal, and tie it up and win it here in the second overtime period behind Doug Riseborough, winning it by a final of 3-2. Welcome back to the channel, everybody, as we get set for Game 5 of this time frame matchup between the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens and the 2016-17 Boston Bruins. As you guys can tell, the Habs will end up winning this time frame matchup either by a final time frame tally of winning 4-1, or sweeping the Bruins in all of possible 5 or 6 games, depending on if there is time left on the clock, if we need a Game 6. With that being said, your starting netminders for this game is going to be Ken Dryden going in net for the Habs. He will be opposed by Anton Hudobin for Boston at the other end of the ice. Without further delay, let's get right into Game 5 with 12 minutes and 44 seconds left on the clock. Will the clock operator please start the clock? And we're going to begin with a quality check between anybody on the ice for the Bruins against player number 5, that's Serge Savard. The quality we're looking for is skill. Pick your poison between Moore, Vetrano, Krejci, and Krug. Let's have the red die decide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 is a reroll. Player number 1, that's Dominic Moore. So both Moore and Savard both have the same quality of skill, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. We got ourselves another quality check. This time it'll be between players 4 and 1. That's Krug and Maury Wilson. Again, the quality we're looking for is skill. Both Krug and Wilson have skill, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Home scoring chance of a 22. It reads, visitor goalie must make spec saves, so 1 or 2 for Ken Dryden will do so. It won't. The Bruins get on the board. It's 1-0. Let's see who scored the goal. 8, player with the best shot rating. That's Brad Marchand, who's going to score the goal. 2 assists will be handed out on the play. Krejci, and we will go with either Vetrano or Chara. It'll be Chara. And it'll be Vetrano. So Marchand from Krejci and Vetrano will be your ice-breaking goal-scoring stat line presented by your favorite Biddy Beer products. If you choose to drink Biddy Beer, please remember to drink responsibly. As always, it has big taste at a Biddy price. It's Biddy Beer. Quality check. As we say hello to players 3 and 5, that's Bergeron and not Naira, excuse me, Rick Chartraw, I should say. The quality we're looking for is hit. It looks like Rick Chartraw is going to win this one as he does have hit. So he's going to be moving in on Anton Hudobin, who needs to make a 1, 2, or 3 on the play save. He won't. The game is tied up courtesy of Rick Chartraw. And 2 assists will be handed out on the play. Lafleur and Lemaire will assist Mr. Rick Chartraw on the game-tying goal, courtesy of Dot Cola, the official cola drink of the Play Games community and of the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens Gauntlet Challenge project. Penalty check between players. Carl needs to flip. The quality we're looking for is star between players 5 and 2. That's Chara and Roberts. It looks like Big Z, Zdeno Chara, is going to win this one as he moves in on Ken Dryden to hopefully net a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop. And he will do so, and that is going to be it for that segment, and we will move on to the next one. Oh, it's 2, sorry. Almost with the wrong guy there. Quality check between players 2 and 1. That is Pasternak and Shutt. The quality we're looking for is hit. Neither Pasternak or Shutt have hit, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. We got another quality check. This time it'll be between players, anybody on the ice for the Bruins, and player number 5, that's Serge Savard. The quality we're looking for is star. The only Bruin out there with star is going to be Patrice Bergeron. So he and Savard will tie for the quality of star, and that will do it for this segment. And we will move on to the next one. Quality check between players 3 and 4. That's Austin Zarnik and Bill Nyrop. The quality we're looking for is hit. Bill Nyrop's going to win this one as he does have hits. So he's going to be moving in on Anton Hudobin, who needs to net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop. He can't, and the Habs will take a 2-1 lead, courtesy of Bill Nyrop. And 1 assist will be handed out on the play. How about we go with Gainey? Even though Tremblay has doesn't have the hollow star, so he is open season. So we will flip Gainey to assist Bill Nyrop on the go-ahead goal by the Habs as they lead it 2-1 over the 2016-17 Boston Bruins. Krug. Yes. Actually, no, I'm sorry. 3, Zarnik. Needs to flip. I'm losing it. Sorry. And we will move on to the next portion of the segment with a penalty check between anybody on the ice for the Bruins and player number 5. That's Rick Chartraw. Either way, Rick Chartraw is going to go to the box. So we're going to roll the red die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is a reroll. Player number 1, that's Ryan Spooner. So Ryan Spooner will take the power play attempt here as he moves in on Ken Dryden to hopefully net a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop, which he will do so. And this game stays put right at a Montreal lead of 2-1. Visitor scoring chance of a 51. It reads home player in 1. That's Dominic Moore. He stops a Montreal goal opportunity with a quality roll of power or a square. Oh, Moore does not have power. Neither does he have square. That's going to be the 3rd goal of the game for Montreal. And 1 assist, who was going to score it? Choice players, so we'll roll the red die. Player number 4, that's Larry Robinson scoring the goal. And 1 assist will be handed out on the play. This time it'll go to Mario Tremblay. So Robinson from Mario Tremblay will be your goal scoring stat line for the 3-1 lead for Montreal. And we will stay put in this segment with another quality check. This time it'll be between players 5 and 1. That's McQuaid and Wilson. The quality we're looking for is skill. Maury Wilson's going to win this one as he does have skill. So he's going to be moving in on Anton Hudobin, who needs to net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop, which he will do so. And we will move on to the next segment here in this one. We got ourselves a quality check between both players in one. More was used, so he needs to flip. So it'll be between Marchand and Shutt for Smart. Both players have Smart, and we will move on to the next segment, but not before the Habs take a 3-1 lead after 40 minutes of play here in this one. Visitor scoring chance of a 23 to begin this third period with a home goalie must make spec save. So a 1, 2, or 3 on the spec save for Hudobin will net the stop. It won't. The Habs will score their 4th goal of the game. Let's see who scored it. 7. That is player with the best shot rating. That's going to go to Guy Lafleur. 2 assists will be handed out on the play. How about Jarvis and you know what? Yeah, Savard and Jarvis will assist Guy Lafleur on the 4-1 goal, with Savard getting the primary assist and Doug Jarvis getting the secondary assist. Home scoring chance of a 21. It reads, visitor goalie must make shot save. So again, Ken Dryden needs to net a 3 or 4 with a dot to make the stop, which he will do so. Nobody flips, and we will move on to the next segment. We got ourselves a quality check between players 3 and 4. That's Krejci and Nyrop. The quality we're looking for is speed. Both Krejci and Nyrop have speed, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. We got ourselves another home scoring chance. This time it'll be a 14. Visitor goalie must make play save. So he needs Ken Dryden needs to net a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop. And he will not, and he will do so. Nobody flips, and we will move on to the next segment. Quality check between players 4 and 2 for Star. Player 4 is Torrey Krug. And player number 2 is Jimmy Roberts. Neither player has Star. That's going to do it. Stop the clock. Oh, man, with 2.5 minutes left in this time frame, we will indeed play out Game 6. Yes, 2. Here in this time frame, but already the Boston Bruins are kicking at themselves. Man, we should have had more time to prepare for this Habs team, but coming up from out of nowhere as they take a 5-0 time frame lead, they're probably going to sweep the Bruins. The possibility of a sweep is probably going to be necessary here for the Habs, unless the Bruins can find something in their sleeve, something down their magic hat in their magic bag of tricks to at least win one to salvage a game in this time frame matchup. So with that in mind, thank you so much for tuning in to today's thank you so much for tuning in to the action here for Game 5 of this time frame matchup between the 76-77 Habs and the 2016-17 Bruins. If you like what you saw, a like is very much appreciated. A comment is optional, please. No derogatory language, and please stay on topic. If you are, and also if you have not done so already, you are welcome enough to subscribe to my channel if you want to. And if you do so, please turn on that notifications bell so that way you don't miss out on any future content that I may post here on my channel. And with that in mind, if you are tuning into this game on the single game time frame playlist, um, don't go anywhere because Game 6 will be coming up very shortly. Uh, uh, the Game 6 will be posted here on my channel very shortly, as soon as this video will be ending. With that being said, if you are tuning into this game on the full time frame playlist, don't go anywhere because Game 6 will be coming up very shortly, right after we take a look at the Bitty Beer game summary for Game 5 presented by your favorite Bitty Beer products. And we indeed do the jingle. If you do choose to drink Bitty Beer, please remember to drink responsibly. As always, it has big taste at a bitty price. It's Bitty Beer. Thank you so much for tuning in. And once again, the final score here for Game 5, the Habs take it by a final score of 4-1. And welcome back to the channel, everybody, as we get set for Game 6 of this time frame matchup between the 76-77 Habs and the 2016-17 Boston Bruins. As you guys can tell, no matter what happens in this game, the 76-77 Habs are going to win this time frame, either winning it 6 games to none or by a final of 5 games to 1. With that being said, Boston are your visitors in this one. The adjustments have been made. Your starting netminder will be Tuukka Rask for Boston, as Michel Larocque will oppose him at the other end of the ice. Without further delay, let's get right into Game 6. Will the clock operator please start the clock? And we're going to begin with a quality check between anybody on the ice for the Habs against player number 5. That's Zdeno Chara. The quality we're looking for is speed. Chara's not going to win this one as he does not have speed, so it's up to Gainey, Tremblay, Riesborough, or Robinson. I do want to keep the circle, at least one circle out there. So Robinson is going to have to probably stay. I do want to keep at least one square out there, so probably may go with Robinson. And one triangle out there, so I may do Riesborough for that. So let's have the red die decide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 is a reroll. So player number 1, that's Bob Gainey, will take the win over Zdeno Chara for speed, as he will move in on Tuukka Rask to hopefully net a 4 or a 5. A 1, 2, 3, or 4, I should say, on the play save. And he will do so to keep this game knotted up at 0 apiece through the first 5 minutes of this one. Quality check between anybody on the ice for the Habs against player number 3. That's Patrice Bergeron. The quality we're looking for is power. Bergeron is not going to win this one, so it's either going to be Tremblay, Riesborough, Robinson, or Chartrand. Same thing, we'll have the red die decide. This time 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, or a 6 is a reroll. Player number 4, that's Larry Robinson. So Larry Robinson will skate on in to Tuukka Rask to hopefully net a 1, 2, 3, or 4 to make the stop. And he will do so to keep this game right where it's at, of a scoreless tie through 10 minutes of play here in the first period. Quality check. This time it'll be between players 4 and 1. Thank God I don't have to roll the red die here, but it will be between Nyrock and Spooner. The quality we're looking for is speed. Both Nyrock and Spooner have speed, And that is going to be it for this segment. And we will move on to the next one. Quality check. This time it'll be anybody on the ice for the Habs against player number 1. That's Dominic Moore for Smart. Ooh, pick your poison between Wilson or Robinson. It's Wilson. And it will be Wilson. So both guys have the same quality of Smart. And that's going to do it for the first period here at the Forum in Montreal with your score at a big fat goose egg all around. Quality check between anybody on the ice for the Habs against player number 5. That's Adam McQuaid for Boston. The quality we're looking for is skill. McQuaid is not going to win this one as he does not have skill printed on his card. So it's either Robinson, Tremblay, or Shutt. This time we're going to have the red die decide with 1, 2 being Shutt, 3, 4 is Tremblay, 5 and 6 is Robinson. Steve Shutt will win the battle for skill over McQuaid as he will move in on Tuukka Rask to hopefully net a 1, 2, 3, or 4 to make the stop. And he will do so as Steve Shutt is tossed by the wayside, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. We got ourselves a quality check. This time it'll be between players 2 and 5. That's Tremblay and Chara. The quality we're looking for is hit. Both Tremblay and Chara have hit. And this has now become a tight race, folks, as we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Quality check. This time it'll be between players 3 and 5, Riesborough and McQuaid. The quality we're looking for is power. Both guys have power, and that is going to be it for this segment, and we will move on to the next one. Quality check again. This time it'll be between players 2 and 1, Lafleur and Marchand. The quality we're looking for is hit. Neither Lafleur or Marchand have hit, and that's going to be it for the first 40 minutes of play here in this hockey game with the score Boston nothing, Montreal nothing. Quality check to begin the third period between players 5 and 3. That's Chartra and Austin Czarnik. The quality we're looking for is speed. Czarnik is going to win this one as he does have speed, so he's moving in on Michel Larocque to hopefully net a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop. And he will do so to keep this game right where it's at of a scoreless tie. Unbelievable. Czarnik is shaking his head. And we will move on to the next segment. Quality check between anybody on the ice for the Habs against player number 3. That's David Krejci. The quality we're looking for is speed. Ooh, pick your poison between Gainey, Lemaire, or Robinson. We'll have the red die decide 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2. That's Bob Gainey. So Gainey and Krejci both have speed, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Quality check. Okay, so whenever double sixes come up, what I do is look at the home side first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is a reroll. 1, that's Maury Wilson, and he'll be going up against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is a reroll. 3, so it's Wilson against Bergeron. The quality we're looking for is skill. Both Wilson and Bergeron have skill. And folks, we are going to go to the next segment. It's either someone scores a goal and that sets up a trip to the empty net chart, or we are going to go to sudden death overtime to decide this one. Another quality check. This time it'll be between players 1 and 5. That is Shutt and Zdeno Chara. The quality we're looking for is skill. It looks like Steve Shutt's going to win this one as he does have skill, so he's going to be moving in on Tuukka Rask. to net either a 1, 2, 3, or 4 to make the play save. And he does so, and folks, we are going to go to sudden death overtime as both goaltenders have fought their biggest fight here in this time frame. So just like any normal in real life hockey game that you would see in maybe the NHL playoffs or the Stanley Cup playoffs, we will play out the same 4 segments of 5 minutes each, and the first team to score a goal wins. It's simple as that. So we will keep playing the same 4 segments of 5 minutes each until we score a goal. So without further ado, let's get right into it with a home scoring chance of a 31. Choice home player rolls for rebound goal using shot stars +2. Lemaire or Robinson? You know what? I think I'm going to give that one to Jacques Lemaire, as he needs to roll a 3 or a 4 with a dot to score the goal. And he does. The game is over, courtesy of Jacques. Oh, that's Boston. Sorry. The game is over, courtesy of Montreal winning the game, courtesy of Jacques Lemaire. Stop the clock. And then the goal will be scored unassisted in the first segment of overtime. So with that being said, the Montreal Canadiens will sweep the 2016-17 Boston Bruins, winning all 6 games of this time frame matchup. Without further ado, thank you so much for tuning in to this time frame matchup. If you like what you saw, a like is very much appreciated. Comment is also optional, even though it's not mandatory. It is optional just to say how how I'm playing along with this game. Or if you have any questions, drop in the comments section below, and I'll be hopefully enough to help you answer any questions about this game. And if you like a copy of this game, I also left the link in the description box below of where you can get yourself a copy of Hockey Blast Express. And the link will be in the description box below. So Keith Avalon he really does make good games for us to enjoy. With that being said, thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, the final score here for Game 6. The Habs will win it via a shutout in the first overtime period behind Michel Larac as he posts another shutout, winning it 1-0. Stay tuned for the Biddy Beer game summary presented by your favorite Biddy Beer products, as well as the time frame summary presented by your favorite Biddy Beer products, and the spin of the team decider wheel to see who will play the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens up next in this 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens Gauntlet Challenge project. We look forward to seeing you next time here on my channel. And once again, I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening/day or wherever time you may be watching this. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's time frame matchup between the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens and the 2016-17 Boston Bruins. We look forward to bringing you future time frame matchups throughout the 2024-25 National Hockey League's regular season whenever games are being played. Well, it's that time once again where we figure out to see who will play the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens up next in this Gauntlet Challenge project. We have so many great time frame matchups uh, in within this project here for the 2024-25 National Hockey League's regular season. And let's see who's going to be next to take on the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens. Please turn your attention to the Bitty Beer Team Selector Wheel presented by your favorite Bitty Beer products. If you choose to drink Bitty Beer, please remember to drink responsibly. As always, it has big taste. At a bitty price, it's Bitty Beer. And again, round and round she goes. Wherever the team wheel stops, nobody knows. And it looks like it has selected the 2011-2012 Winnipeg Jets. Ooh, man. Let's hope this will be a good one here. But between the Jets and the Habs, who is going to be the home team for this time frame matchup? As always, please direct your attention to the Doc Cola Home Team Selector Wheel presented by Doc Cola, the official cola drink of the Play Games community and of the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens Gauntlet Challenge Project. Oh man, good luck to the 2011-2012 Winnipeg Jets as the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens will begin this next time frame as the home team. Oh man, oh man. Well, once again, thank you so much for tuning in to today's action between the 2016-17 Boston Bruins and the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens. If you liked what you saw, a like is very much appreciated, as well as a subscription is, even though it's not necessary. But if you want to help me out on my YouTube journey and support my content, please subscribe to the channel and also turning on that notifications bell so that way you don't miss out on any future content that I may post here on my channel. Well, once again, thank you so much for tuning in to today's action, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day or evening or wherever, what time of day you may be watching today's time frame matchup.